So, welcome. I am Laura Ellie Hudson. I am founder of Resilient Spirit, and that is where I work with creatives and change makers and anyone who longs to make a difference in the world through offering private and group spiritual companionship or spiritual direction, as it's sometimes called in some traditions. And through working with me, my clients deepen their relationships with the divine as they understand it, with other people and with the whole earth, and they activate their resilience and creative power to increase their personal impact and enjoy everyday peace while they play their unique part in changing the world. So welcome, and this is the Resilient Spirit Journal Jumpstart, which is a 15-minute meditation and writing practice for you to pause, reconnect with your body, mind, and spirit, and allow your authentic voice and soul wisdom to come out from inside and onto the page. And I find that this short little writing practice is really effective in just helping to let it out and just touch base with what's going on inside. So we'll have 5 minutes of meditation and 10 minutes of writing. Get your writing materials, whether you write by hand in a journal or you write on a document, just have that ready, and then find a comfortable position, whether that's seated or standing. And we will begin. So first, I invite you to raise your shoulders up towards your ears and take a big breath. Just fill up your belly and your diaphragm and your chest, and then let it all out with a big sigh. And go ahead and do that again. Breathe in, fill up, and let it all out. Maybe blow that out through your lips as if you're blowing through a straw. One more really deep breath. This is the biggest one you've taken all day. Breathe in, and then let it all out. And let the tension in your body and your mind just flow out with that exhale. And if you want to, you can kind of loosen your neck, circle your nose around one way and then the other, and just get comfortable in this space, in this time. And then when you feel ready, you might want to close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And allow yourself to settle into a gentle rhythm of breath. And you might want to place a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly, just as points of comfort and contact, self-soothing, as you continue to breathe in a gentle in and out rhythm. And keeping that going, noticing the expansion on the inhale and the contraction on the exhale. Rising and then gently falling. And keep that going. And just allow yourself to observe your breath. Returning to notice your breath whenever you get distracted. And as you continue to breathe, notice your sense. We're going to move through an awareness of your 5 senses. And this is a grounding practice that you can use to help yourself return to the present moment and return to your body. If you get find yourself getting caught up in anxiety or circling thoughts, or just sort of dissociating, this is a way to return to your body by going through the senses. So continuing to breathe, notice your sense of taste. Perhaps you can still taste something lingering that you've recently eaten or something that you've had to drink, or perhaps it's just a neutral taste in your mouth. Not judging, just noticing. Just notice and identify one taste, or if there's no taste there, that's okay too. Now continuing to breathe, notice your sense of smell. And see if you can identify 2 scents that are in the air around you. Maybe there's a lingering perfume, or just the scent of fresh air or earth. Maybe the smell of tea or coffee, something, just whatever that is. And sometimes I even turn my head to see if I notice smells in different directions in my house or in my space that I'm in. And continuing to breathe, notice your sense of touch. And allow yourself to identify 3 sensations that are touching you, or your skin, your hands are touching. Maybe if you have your hand on your chest like I do, you can feel the warmth of your skin or the clothing underneath it. Maybe you can sense your heart, feel your heartbeat. Maybe it's just your feet on the floor, or you feel the temperature in the room. So just allow yourself to notice what you notice. And keep breathing. And now noticing your sense of hearing. Identifying, if you can, 4 sounds in the area around you. I can hear a ticking clock. I can hear sounds from the street outside. What can you hear? And that's just your own breathing. So listen and see what you can identify. And now, as you feel ready, if your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them, and go ahead and look around and notice 5 things that you can see. Maybe colors or shapes or things in your nearby environment. What are 5 things that you can see? And just notice. And when you've noticed your 5 things, just take one more really good deep breath. And let it out. Thank you. Now continue breathing as you listen. I'm going to read a poem. And this poem comes to us from Joy Harjo, who is of the Muskogee Creek Nation. And this is in honor of Indigenous Peoples Day, which just happened in the United States this last week. And Joy Harjo has been one of my favorite poets for a long time, but she served 3 terms as our United States Poet Laureate. And I also just want to note with gratitude that I am privileged to dwell on ancestral lands of the Walla Walla, Umatilla, and Cayuse tribes in what is now Eastern Oregon. So as I read this poem and you listen, If there's a word or a phrase that stands out to you, you may want to jot it down as a starting point for your own writing. And I will also give you a prompt as after I've read the poem, that you can, as always, take what works for you, leave the rest, and just allow whatever surfaces as you listen to this poem and as get your writing materials and begin to write. Just allow whatever comes and trust that it is good enough and it is what needs to be expressed in this moment. So this is a poem. It's called Eagle Poem. And again, it's by Joy Harjo. To pray, you open your whole self to sky, to earth, to sun, to moon, to one whole voice that is you. And know there is more that you can't see, can't hear, can't know except in moments steadily growing and in languages that aren't always sound, but other circles of motion. Like eagle that Sunday morning over Salt River, circled in blue sky, in wind, swept our hearts clean with sacred wings. We see you, see ourselves, and know that we must take the utmost care and kindness in all things. Breathe in, knowing we are made of all this, knowing we are truly blessed because we were born and die soon within a true circle of motion, like eagle rounding out the morning inside us. We pray that it will be done in beauty, in beauty. So there's a tension in this poem between the kind of knowing that we can have using our senses and the kind of knowing which is beyond the senses. And I think that beauty is one way that these kinds of ways of knowing come together. So I invite you to tell the story of a moment of beauty in your writing today and try to use the sensory details of sight, hearing, smell, touch, and taste, but also describe, if you can, or just evoke something of what was transmitted to you beyond the senses, something of what Harjo calls the other circles of motion. And if you like, there are a few words from the poem to play with. I will put all that in the chat. The words are voice, sky, utmost, swept, salt, and kindness. And again, take what's useful to you from this invitation and allow what's not. You just let that go, whatever's not inspiring to you, and see if you can keep breathing and just allow whatever comes up first to get you started. And so I like to say, first thought, best thought. Just let your pen move across the page or your fingers fly along the keyboard. And if you get stuck, you can always pause, recenter, and start again by just letting yourself jot down whatever idea or image arises. Keep breathing. Just let what comes be good enough. Keep breathing. Keep writing. And we just have a little less than a minute left. So maybe come to your own closing for now, knowing that you can come back and add more, or you can let this just be what came today and what needed to come and what was good enough and what was a glimpse of your soul today. Thank you for your beautiful practice and for taking this time to be here and to listen to your own thoughts and to express those thoughts into the world. May you be well, and I hope to meet you again next time. Go in peace.